3. Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info. Good morning to you. My name is Ifeami Andrew. We take a look at some headlines now, and we begin with what's on the Punch newspaper. Dangote tackles marketers, insists on capacity to meet production. Dangote tackles marketers, insists on capacity to meet field demand. Dangote tackles marketers, insists on capacity to meet field demand. Why Jonathan won't run against Tinubu in 2027. Patience. I'm not desperate to return as Rivers Governor Fubara. Rivers emergency rule. Federal government taps ex-AGF 11 sands as Supreme Court battle looms. Mass failure. UTME candidates to sue JAM over technical glitches. I think that's right, because it's one too many. There are a lot of people that suffer that, and I think it's very fair that they go to court and ask, because the people that will fail because of those computer issues are a lot, and the time would not say I'll wait for you because your computer is refusing to do what it needs to do. And then JAM will not say let's put that into consideration when we are marking these things or giving scores. In fact, the computers give you the score right there as it is these days. So if you must use that method, then you have to be A+ with all your service so that people can have very smooth process. Unfortunately, that has not been the case in the past couple of years since we introduced these computer-based tests. Same thing happens with post-UTMEs too in some of the higher institutions. Federal government makes U-turn, endorse Senate Security Summit. I was listening to the lawmakers talk about this summit, and I think it was Abaribe who said, if we're only going to come there to speak big grammar and so on and so forth. In fact, I loved when he was urging the Senate President to be the person in charge of this and not just leave it in the hands of committee chairmen. Not because he doubts the ability of committee chairmen, but because of the seriousness of what this is. You'd expect that the Senate President should be in front, leading it. Anyways, all of those headlines are on the Punch newspaper. You can go there and look in to get the details of it. Some more you would also find here on the Vanguard. Federal government defies concerns, ramps up domestic borrowing to 10.85 trillion naira. That one is on the Vanguard. Defections, 7 PDP governors, Wike ex-governors, others meet on survival. Federal government defies concerns. Okay, we took that already. Oil marketers flood jetties with 283,577 metric tons of imported petrol. Local government polls, protest trail Lagos APC primaries over Babashokwe's influence. And this one says, herders resume attacks on Abavo, kidnap women, injure 3 vigilante members. All of those are headlines from the Vanguard newspaper. The number to call is 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002 to get through to us this morning. We are live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. So please do well to get on Facebook. You can watch drop your comments, and don't forget to click on the share button as well. Very important. Some of your comments here. Cyprian Njoku says, I have expected this warning by the governor long ago. The actions of his supporters are actually causing more harm in the political situation. Dr. Umar says, God's love for this country is inexplicable. Jeff Etipeko said the present administration has failed Nigerians in all sectors. Imagine meeting hardship and at the same time blaming the same people who are suffering from the hardship. Anunobi Onyekachi Kesi says defense of Rivers emergency rule. It is Governor Fubara today. It won't be him tomorrow. They are laying a destructive foundation that will be referenced tomorrow. Thank God Ability says it's good luck. Jonathan still a member of the PDP. I can't remember when last he attended party meetings. Maybe you do. Don't thank God ability. You understand, if you understand how the PDP works, you'd understand the level that he's in now, and then you would understand how he operates, or the capacity in which he operates. Okay. Just get yourself a copy of the PDP constitution and look at it. Maybe that would give an explanation. Bala Odoye says government should provide adequate security along the Abunima Kula Soku waterways to assure sea travelers of their safety, watching from Kakama. All right. I think one way that can help is the sole administrator of those local government. That local government should be informed or should even know that, okay, he finds a way to pass the message across to the sole administrator of the state. Lorenzo Delight says, Andrew, good morning. Statement of the governor shows he's lost the fight, but it might also be a mere view or to draw sympathy. Politicians are smart. It doesn't mean he's lost the fight. That's the problem with us. You see, Nigerians, we like gra. If he comes now and says, everybody shout, go out, and all of you will say, yes, that's how there's something that's just engraved in our mentality to think that way, which doesn't solve problems. The man said to you clearly, he knows what the issue is, and he knows how to go about handling it. He did not say that you cannot do what you want to do, but you have to seek his consent so that he might not be making one move in this direction and you go another direction to do something totally different that makes what he's doing look useless. So you have to work together. It's the point he's making. Unfortunately, in this country, it is the person that shouts the most and does gaga that we feel is on the... That's how we think, Nigerians. And that's how we've been missing it politically. And we'll continue to miss it as long as we think like that, because these politicians will continue to take advantage of the naivety, and I don't want to even say the word naivety is not, I don't think it's appropriate for this situation. But the word that has come to my mind is something I don't want to say. But I'll just put it this way. A lot of Nigerians think they are smart and understand the politics, but every single year the politicians get their way around them. Every single year. So I think that explains a lot. Patrick Amadi says the governor didn't start this warning in time. His supporters have already made things difficult for him. Blessed Allah says Wiki and 7 PDP governors and others to meet about survival of their party. This is laughable because PDP as a party is dead. Let's go to the phone lines now and take some of your calls quickly. I will start with my friend in Yenegua, Gift. Let's do well to keep it very short and straight to the point. Gift, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
All right, go ahead.
Let me talk about the caution from the governor to his supporters. You can imagine where people are talking about the death of Paike Clark. You turn the whole place to political ground. And thank God for once, he has stood up to advise or caution his people. I see no reason why they will turn that place to a campaign ground. And he told them, you don't even understand the situation. As far as I'm concerned, people like us from this end are now vindicated because we've been saying this from day one. Even the 8-point agenda or resolution, if Mr. Governor said then that he was not suspended, he took this route. I'm telling you, I don't think we would have gotten to this point where himself is now out of government house. And the claim of, I'm not desperate to return, I will put it to him. As far as I'm concerned, he's desperate. If you're not desperate, then resign. That is why these supporters are sounding the way they are sounding. And you remember, everyone was saying, Wike, a whole leader is not even a major stakeholder or part of PDP. But where was Ewo, who is claiming the impostor, who was claiming to be acting chairman of Rivers State when PDP was holding that meeting? Ike was there live and direct as a major stakeholder, more than any other person in that party in terms of contribution. So they should calm down. These people, they don't have anything to fight, but they will be making noise everywhere. Thank you.
Ida from Nkoro, good morning.
Andre Femi, good morning.
You're welcome.
First of all, I want the governor for your advice to the supporters, which I know that we are the supporters. We didn't do wrong thing. We see bad thing and we'll say it out. Yes, Rivers said there was no crisis, just pipe bombing, then declare state of emergency. So what are we going to do? Is our state come out? It's not for the governor. We'll come out for our state to defend our state. We need to speak out. We are not children. I want to also thank the women who came out under rain, sun, praying. We didn't do bad things. I want to thank him for his advice for us. But I've never seen us doing bad things. We didn't cause anybody. We say this state of emergency that the president declare is not right. Because go to UB, other states, people are dying. This was just pipeline. People just compare to bomb pipeline and then declare state of emergency. The House of Assembly that they talk about, go and look at the House of Assembly. My brother, things are going wrong in Rivers State. We that are from Rivers State, we need to speak out. We didn't support bad things. Because state of emergency, I know Rivers State is very peaceful since the governor took over Rivers State. And people conspire to go and bomb pipeline. They declare state of emergency. You want us to keep quiet? We will never keep quiet. We are not about bad things, no. It's bad.
All right, Ida, thank you very much.
I'm angry.
All right, Ida, thank you very much. But I think there's a thin line with that. Who are the governor supporters and who are the people of Rivers State? Because if the people of Rivers State still want to come out and say anything or do anything, you can't actually stop them. It's their state, it's their right. If they feel like things are not going well or they do not like how the leadership is handling issues, they have a right to vent their thoughts. Unfortunately, like the governor also said, if that happens, what they now say is that, the people that are following the governor, so that the governor supporters are, which is why I asked the question. Now, it's a thin line because now it's almost as though there are no Rivers people that can genuinely come out because they are angry. In fact, it means in Rivers State now, nobody can say anything for any side because if you say this, you are either for FCT minister. If you talk this, you are either for this. So what is right? We've lost track of what is right, what is appropriate. There's almost like no people interest. Can't the people just on their own say we don't like this and so we are going to protest? It's almost like that can't happen in Rivers State now. However it goes, it's a side. It has to just be a side. Lugard, good morning from Echie.
Yes, Andrew, greetings from Echie to you.
All right, greetings.
Yeah, Lugard, man. Andrew, you have taken over what is from you. Yes, Andrew, the governor of Rivers State, saying that he's not desperate to return to Brick House. That is correct. That is a man that I have not seen his pipe in my life. If it were some people, by now Rivers State would have been boiling. Because what happened to us as a people is a rape of democracy by somebody who is no longer a governor, who ruled the state for 8 good years, uninterrupted. But today, see what we are seeing. I want to say, Governor, may God continue to bless you. I believe too well that you will come back to Brick House. Yes, on the statement by the governor is where I am confused. Governor, you didn't send anybody to come out and protest. You didn't send us to talk. What we are doing is because we are Rivers people. We cannot put our hands and seize one person, control the resources of Rivers State by telling you or telling us that you want to control some local government. How? For me, I want to say that what Rivers people are doing is what they are supposed to do, because the injustice that is meted on Rivers people, we have not seen it before. In my life as a politician, I've not seen where an elected governor was suspended just like that, without any crisis, without any problem, because of the resources of Rivers State. The appearance of the city minister in the governor's meeting caused serious concern. Are you telling me that the city minister in 2027 will leave you as another person? Please, people should be very careful because that's what is coming there is saboteur. They want to sabotage. Therefore, the president come back again.
All right, Lugard, thank you. Let's go over to Rumokuta now. Chima, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Saifemi.
All right, good morning. Go on.
Saifemi, the governor's statement to me is that of the voice of Jacob and the body of Esau. He is the most desperate person I have seen in Rivers State is the suspended governor. In a situation whereby you bring yourself as if you are the solution of Rivers State people, or Rivers people are hungry, I have seen there is nobody can rule Rivers State. You have made such statement at the burial of Mr. Wigwe, and somebody put it up to you, put up a resignation letter. You're not important than us. No, you're not more knowledgeable than anybody in Rivers State. Now, you are telling your supporters that you are not doing that. Before they join, they should meet you. How is it possible? That will make the supporters understand that the spirit of betrayal is still in the blood of the governor. Because these persons are fighting for you, and you are denying them openly. Why did you see the crowd say? This is the son of that cry for me, Argentina. Rivers State has suffered so much in the hands of Timaya Fubara. Is it the only person who was elected during the day was elected? What I want to say is that the governor has shown a level of desperation, and they should understand that they should support him again. They don't leave him. And I'm telling him today, I was telling him that he is very, very desperate to go back to government house. Otherwise, let him prove me wrong. Let him put up a designation letter. People have died. People have suffered because of the kind of leadership. And what is happening in the Rivers State, we have suffered so much. NPA has denied us. LSC has denied us. Now they are talking about Democratic Day. So we have differentiated ourselves so much in because of what person is not a Kubara. Let us resign and let us rest in this Rivers State.
All right, Chima, thank you. Thank you very much, Chima. But what is happening in Rivers State is not one because of the governor alone. So let's correct that. It's not because of the governor alone. And then I think sometimes too, we maybe I should educate us on this. A person says I'm not desperate does not mean he does not want. Like, it's simple grammar, it's simple English to understand. If a person says I am not desperate, it simply means yes, I want it, but I'm not at a level where I must do anything to get it. So let's just leave it, let it come when it comes. I'm not going to do anything or by any means to get it. That's what it means when a person says I am not desperate. So that we understand it, because clearly I think some of us don't. That's what it means. And if the governor has said that, he did not say he does not want to be governor again. He's been elected. He has his term to complete, whether anybody likes it or not. So when he says he's not desperate, he simply means to solve this particular situation, I would not do anything necessary or possible. I will not go to any length and do everything. I'm just going to allow it play out. And when it is time, it is time. Simple. I think that's what it means, unless you have a different interpretation of what desperate means in that context. All right? And Chima, particularly, I remember you have called me a million times on this show to say the governor should talk to his supporters, not to make things worse. Now the governor has come to talk to the supporters. You people are still the ones now saying, oh, he's betraying them. He has come out now to say, look at how he's betraying people that are fighting for him. So what exactly is the grouse? This I needed to ask this, especially to you, Chima, because I know how many times you call and say, oh, the governor should talk. Later, Barry Mbori, good morning.
Good morning, it's me, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Yes. To Governor of Rivers State, Governor Sim Fubara, cautioning his supporters and ask them to seek his consent when making statements. I'm very happy this morning, like the statement you were making about the person that just called. I have been the person, making this statement. I think Governor Sim Fubara has vindicated my statement on this studio, on this radio station, that the problem Governor Sim Fubara is having is his supporters. I have said it a million times on this station. You can bear me witness. If you can follow some of the statements I've made, if you record it, you will see it. And I made statement to even the 8-point agenda given by the president. Why they resisted that? Elders were saying no. And I said, please, the president loved Governor Sim Fobra, and he made one critical point out of that 8-point agenda, saying Governor Sim Fobra should not be impeached. Only that point alone kills a lot of things. And no matter how they have misunderstanding, I think Governor Sim Fobra wouldn't have been threatened to be given impeachment notice and all that. But because elders were disagreeing to the point where some people were making, and they resisted, now they've come back to the point. I think now they will come back to the point of the president to agree so that Governor Sim Fobra can come back. And Governor Sim Fobra saying he's not desperate. Yes, I know he's not desperate. And I know that what is happening to him is as a result of the supporters he has. And he has failed to caution them. Now his eyes are open. His eyes are seen. And he has been able to come back. Thank God.
All right, later, Barry, let's go to Mount 3 now quickly and hear from good news before we go on a break. Good news, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Mr. Governor cautions his supporters. It is good he has come out to speak this level. But let it be known that River State is bigger than Yeso Wike. River State is bigger than Fumbara. River State is bigger than any one individual. And anything that is happening, people, more than how many million persons are in River State, have their rights. Even you that have a family, have children, 5 children, all of them will not behave the way you want. They will have their different and separate lives. But as a father, it is imperative that you caution and advise, which he has done. And I've not seen any evil or wrong thing his supporters has done. No children will keep quiet and watch other people beat their father up. Even if the father is preaching peace, one of his sons must say, no, at least. He will say, at least, I not agree. That is River State. That is life for us. He should understand that his supporters mean well for him. And the desperation, it does not mean, equally means that people who think that he can sign any agreement, he is not so desperate. They should also take that too in consideration. And 10 cents higher for emergency rule. Don't those fans know that the president does not have the power to suspend the governor? My name is Goody from Port Harcourt.
All right, good news from Port Harcourt. Thank you. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take some of your messages on WhatsApp and on Facebook. So do well to stay with us. On Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Good morning.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
If person ask you, say, when be the game where they totally you pass, you go tell them, say, now better know all the time. You go tell yourself, make you follow join for the get betting options. Fast cash out, listen so you engaging and get welcome bonus with reach 200,000 naira. Better know, the game don't start. Make you the bet responsibly. Now only for people who don't pass 18 years. Better know, na proud partner of Aston Villa.
All right. Business meeting in Banjul on Monday, then back to Lagos for the family dinner on Tuesday. Oh, can't wait